Okay. What's the gossip on Leo spirit? We need clear, intuitive messages from our Leo placements. What's the gossip? I'm gonna take these upright and reverse. So we got poker face. First card. What's the gossip? What is the gossip on Leos? What's the T spirit? Be clear, intuitive messages, please. Okay, we got rebound. And we got clickbait, reverse. I'm gonna pull another one. What else is the gossip on my Leos? Breadcrumbing. Okay, we got trust the signs reverse. So it says paying attention to guidance, universal speaking clearly, following intuition, message received. So the gossip is that people are saying that you find it very difficult to listen to your intuition. Some people could be feeling like you're lost, Leo, and they're trying to say that you're trying to hide something because of you in this energy of feeling lost. Whether it's true or not, this is their assumptions about you. But I am getting this energy where people are trying to say you're feeling lost. You could be trying, you're hiding how you really feel towards other people. You could have this poker face, and you just people find it very difficult to read you though. But let's clarify. Yeah, people are saying that you could be, you have some form of guidance, right, that you follow. Like maybe you are following like a spiritual path. You could be somebody who is very psychic. Because I'm getting that reversal energy. So some of you guys, you are somebody who is intuitive, who is psychic, who know a lot in regards to spirituality. But I feel like you are coming across to other people as lost. But I feel like you keep that insight to yourself. Because like I said, the way you come across, it's like just hard to read, emotionally detached, to other people. But just know that low key people do feel like you are, you're not the same. You're lost, you're hiding it. They're trying to say you're hiding how you really feel because of your standoffishness, because of your detachment towards another person or other people. We got jealous. So the gossip is that some people are actually is jealous of the simple fact that you don't reveal too much of yourself. Maybe these are people the opposite of you that reveals a lot, of themselves and express themselves. But you are you don't. So like even if you have some form of insight, wisdom, whatever you want to call it, right? I feel like you don't show that on the outside. You don't. And I'm just getting this energy where it's like whatever it is that you do know, you keep it to yourself, basically. And people don't like that because they feel like if you know something or if you feel a certain way about something or somebody, they feel like you should be able to express that to them because they don't do that. Because they do that. They express themselves, but you are the opposite. You see what I'm saying? I feel like you are more low key with whatever it is when to where you at, how you feel about a certain situation or people. You see what I'm saying? So the gossip is people feel like you are very different from the rest. And you have this poker face about you where they just feel like you just hard to read. So because you have this poker face, right? And people don't really know where they stand with you, right? It's like some people could be saying that you keep up this facade, this emotional detachment from other people and expressing yourself, but they saying that you are like you're, how can I say this? It's like from the outside looking in, right? It's like people know that you smart. They know you smart. They know you you have the capacity to express yourself to somebody or a person, which is something they don't like, but at the same time they feel like that's just who you are. That's who you are. People are saying that you are avoiding being rejected, basically. So if you have a certain interest of a lover that you like or that you have feelings for, you're not going to allow it to be known. You're not going to open up to that person. Or even to a friend. If you just want to tell a friend how you really feel, you're not going to tell them. You're going to keep it to yourself. Because some people are saying that you could be doing that to avoid being alone. So they basically saying that even if you don't like the people around you, or you got something to say about somebody, or you have feelings for somebody, it's like you only stand because, like I said, out of loneliness. That's what they're saying. Or you're just staying to avoid being rejected. Maybe you don't want to feel outcasted. Maybe you don't want to feel like you don't have a partner or a friend. You know what I'm saying? So it's like no matter how you feel towards a person or a situation, they're saying you're not going to you're not going to address it because you don't want to be left behind, basically. And whether that's true or not. So basically, I feel like people trying to say you codependent to a situation, a lover, or a friendship group that it's like it's like that that you don't belong to, or you don't have no business loving somebody because they are X, Y, and Z, or they do this and that and the third. So I just felt like, Leo, put it like this: you could be somebody that's really smart, right? Really smart, very evolved, right? You could be somebody who's very intuitive, like you can see through people, even no matter what environment you around and who, whether it's love, whether it's friends, whether it's coworkers, it's like you can see right through people. You can read the room. You can read people. You know who they are and all of that. But they're trying to say, instead of you calling people out on ABS or expressing how you really feel to somebody, it's like you say nothing. You say nothing. Like I said, people are saying that you're doing something to fit in, to avoid being rejected, outcasted, people coming against you. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like that's what it is. That's what they're trying to say. You only sticking around to avoid loneliness, even if you have something to say, you know. But we got the evil eye. So yeah, because people, what's crazy? People know that you're watching them, and it's like I strongly feel like I'm talking about somebody who is very, very intuitive. Like you can read the room, you can read people, you can read people's flaws, you can read people's insecurities, you can read everything up and down. That's how smart you is when it comes to a person. You see what I'm saying? And it's crazy because the people around you, they know that, because we got jealous and evil eye. They know that you see right through them. They know that, and they know you judging them, but you're not saying anything. Like I said, I feel like you not addressing anything because you don't want to, people attacking you, or you don't want to. It depends on what situation it is. It's either that you don't want to be attacked, and you don't want everybody attacking you, or this person attacking you, or looked at as a bad guy, or you just don't want to be alone. Like you don't want to have no friends, you don't want no family. It's one or the other. I'm getting two different groups of Leos because this could be in any situation, but people know that you know a lot more than you present yourself to be, because you don't say anything. You just observe. People are looking at you. They're saying that you were somebody who was very observant, very standoffish. You don't say too much. You just read the room. You don't give your opinion about anything. Even when somebody's right, even when somebody's wrong, you don't address it. Even if you love somebody, you don't address it. You see what I'm saying? So just know that people know that you know something, but you're choosing not to say anything, or you're choosing to stick around because maybe you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, or maybe it's like avoiding some type of discomfort within somebody else or within yourself. It's like you trying to save yourself, or you trying to save people from hurting people's feelings, or maybe even both. Because some of you guys, you could be operating in that way where you just don't want to make somebody, you don't want to hurt somebody's heart or ego, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's something like that. But people know that you are watching them. You see right through them, and they can't stand that. They're jealous of that. You don't want to toot anybody's horn. You just don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. But people in their minds, they know that you got something to say. So some of you guys, this could be in a workplace, this could be your community, this could be a love situation, this could be family, but you choosing not to address anything. You just detaching emotionally, or you just detaching and observing. That's what I'm getting. I feel I'm just getting this observant energy about you, but people know that you want to say something, or you want to call somebody out on ABS, or you want to express yourself, but you don't want to make people feel uncomfortable, or you don't want to feel uncomfortable because you don't want to be attacked. But we got sudden change right here. And it's crazy because they're not shocked about the change. You know what I'm hearing, Leo? You could be outgrowing people for real, low key, but you could be afraid of letting people go. That's another side story that I'm hearing. So people are knowing, the gossip is people know that you are changing, or you have changed. They can feel it, they can see it, but you're not saying anything because you don't want to make people feel uncomfortable, or you don't want to be alone. But at the end of the day, I feel like the gossip is people seeing it coming. Some people seen it coming because of the way you decide to not engage in anything, or explain anything, or confront anything. You became just like silent, or like I said, just not really saying too much like you used to. But I feel like some people did catch some people off guard because we got sudden change. You did cut like some people, it's like half and half. You caught some people off guard because they didn't expect this other side of you, but the other few people that has been observing you and watching you be standoffish and quiet, they had a feeling that something was up with you. Something has changed within you. They just been waiting to see the results of it. You know what I'm saying? Of you making these changes. So the gossip is that some people are not surprised because you became very distant. You stopped giving like you used to. You stop inserting yourself in conversations. You stop calling. You stop reaching out to people. Some of you guys, you may have, it's like you changed the game. You gave little hints that you are on your way out the door, or you gave little hints that you are changing, and there's a 50-50 chance that you are walking away. So the gossip is that the signs were definitely there that something was different about you. Something has changed within you. Like I said, you may catch some people off guard. They wasn't really watching, but the ones who know, they know, right? Because of the lack of effort that you decide to make in these relationships, far as friendships, family. Maybe you start reaching out to family. That was a sign. Maybe you have made an empty promise. That was a sign. Like maybe you say, "Oh, I'll be there." Maybe you got an invite, but you never popped up. Some of you guys, maybe you blocked somebody. That was a sign. Maybe they normally know that you normally don't block people. You normally confront explain when something go down. But you're not doing that anymore. It's like you're becoming very distant from other people. And that's how some people know that you have changed. And in the other few, they like I said, you're going to shock some people. So that's the gossip. You know, you change. Low key you have. Because some people really, the ones that thought you was lost and you was just like them, like didn't have no guidance, didn't have a purpose, whatever, right? Whoever you fitted in, because I feel like you fit in. So that's the gossip. You was staying around to fit in, but some people sense that you were changing, you were elevating, you was slowly but surely removing yourself and going another direction. Because I don't know why I'm fixated on that energy. The spirit got me fixated on that energy because it's like you had people in your group that seen the signs that you was on your way out the door. And then you have some people that thought that you was just there to follow the crowd, fit in, knowing that you already felt like didn't belong. Because some of you guys, maybe you always felt like that even before, you started to change for real. Maybe when you was out here living a regular lifestyle, just being around, following, doing stuff to fit in, right? Some of y'all did feel different. You felt alone. Even it doesn't matter who you was around, you felt alone. You felt different. You felt like you was not meant to be in that friendship circle. You was not meant to be with that family. Maybe you are the black sheep. I'm hearing maybe you felt like you didn't belong. Some of y'all even got to the point where y'all didn't feel like y'all didn't belong in a relationship because it just didn't feel right to you. And besides maybe the ups and downs that you have experienced in your relationships, right? Which is normal. All relationships are not smooth, right? Most are not. You always gonna have your ups and downs, but it's like just know that the gossip on you is that people can feel you changing. People can feel you. And I can say once again 50-50 because some people knew it. They seen it coming. It was just a matter of time. You just decided to remove yourself. And then the other few of the people that were in your circle, they ain't see it coming. And some of them didn't see it coming because the way you popped out, the way you started to move, the way you popped out, because we got spotlights. So some of you guys, you have been moving in silence. Some of y'all been still hanging around with your old friends, your toxic. We're gonna say some of y'all been still hanging around your toxic friends, your toxic family, entertaining old relationships that you knew that don't serve you anymore. It's like you're doing it to fit in, to blend in, but moving in silence and evolving at the same time. You weren't all in. You had one foot in and one foot out. And that's why people felt like you, like I said, I feel like some of you guys purposely left people in a state of confusion. You know what I'm saying? And that's why some people saying that you were lost. You're just like them, you know, doing the same thing, following the crowd, following trends. No, they had you all the way messed up because what they really didn't know is that you had some things cooking up in the background. You knew you was changing. You knew that you had goals in the background that you were accomplishing and nobody knew about it. You was moving, you was shaking and moving the whole entire time while you had these dysfunctional people around you. And then you pop out and you blow up. You see what I'm saying? And that's when everybody see the changes. Like I just keep hearing that there is one particular person you had in your circle, no matter who it is, that has been watching you move in silence and they have seen the difference in you. They have seen you slowly but surely move away from them. Because some of you guys, it could be something simple as you still entertaining dysfunction, right? But you not mentally and emotionally all in. Because in the background, you probably healing, you probably working out, you probably eating better, you getting organized. Some of y'all probably clearing, getting out of debt, your credit score probably going up. Some of y'all got loans. Some of y'all got houses. Like you got approvals for things. Like things are actually cooking up in the background and everybody just don't notice. Some of you guys, you started a business. It's like nobody knew that you had these things going on because you played it off so smoothly. You didn't talk about it. You didn't talk about it. Even if somebody questioned what do you have going on, in your life, I feel like you didn't say anything. You didn't address it. You just let them assume what they assume. And their assumptions, some people's assumptions was that, oh, Leo ain't got nothing going on. She just like us, or he just like us, whole time you on a whole nother level, or you're on your way to be on a whole nother level, like a business person or something. Like some of y'all didn't probably was going to school. They had no idea. Some of y'all didn't graduated. They didn't know. I'm just feeling like you were moving in silence and pretending to be all in with these dysfunctional people. But once you achieved your goals, you was out the door. And I keep hearing one person in particular, they knew that you was doing something. They had their eye on you. They was watching you because you got real distant. You got real quiet. You wasn't really talking about anything about your life, what you got going on in your life. So that's the gossip, that you are up to something. It's going to shock most people once they see you pop out in a different way. Like you come out with new clothes, you come out with a luxury car or a new car. Maybe you somebody that never really had a car, or maybe you was down bad and didn't have your car up and running for a while. You pop out with a nice car. You pop up with your own house. You like, even if people see the results of you, because some of you guys, I'm giving you an example. Maybe y'all was working out, right? In the mix of you being around these people, and people start to see you lost weight, you got buffer, whatever the case may be. You didn't speak on it. You didn't tell people you were in the gym. And then it's like I said, you pop out and everything about you just changed. It's like some people feel like you changed overnight and things just happen for you. Some people feel like you're lucky, but I feel like they had no idea the work that you have put in the background. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes work. Things don't happen. But some people feel like you are lucky. I ain't even gonna lie. Some people, for the way you pop out, some people feel like you are lucky, yo. But meanwhile, you've been moving in silence the whole time while you was around these people, and they had no idea what you had going on because you never even told them your business. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the gossip. Like, people knew that you were up to something, but they couldn't really pinpoint what it is that you were up to, but they were seeing the signs that you were changing. And then some people didn't even know. They was caught off guard. But like I said, people feel like you were lucky. The ones that had no clue that you were moving like this in silence to upgrade your life, I'm telling you, those are the ones that feel like you're lucky. I told you we got avoidant. You've been avoiding people. I just keep hearing somebody particular been watching you. Somebody in your friendship circle, your family, or romantic lover been watching you move in silence. Some of y'all probably was being stalked and had no clue that people were watching you or this particular person was watching you. But just know that there was somebody particular that knew that you was making something happen, and it was just a matter of time for you to blow up. Okay, what else is the gossip on my Leos? Yeah, I feel like you was playing, you know what it is? You was playing your part. You was definitely playing your role. You was playing your part. You were moving in silence. That's it. For those who thought you were going to stay where you was at, they had you. They had you all wrong. They had you all. They had you all figured out. I mean, they thought they had you all figured out, but like I said, one person in particular started to see the changes, and they was watching. So somebody always watching, huh? It's always got to be somebody in the cut just clocking. But what else is the gossip? Yeah, some people really thought that you was gonna stay right where you at in the same predicament, in the same situation, environment. No, a lot of y'all have been cleaning your life up, in the background and getting right with yourself and making things happen. So what else is the gossip? Look, I did not say that. Y'all, the gossip is that you are making money moves, Leo. And people could be jealous of that because we got jealous and then we got money moves. So, money moves, smart decisions, strategic investments, building wealth, making my money work. Yeah, that's what you've been doing, cooking up things in the background and blending in with people that's dysfunctional that you outgrew to, because you didn't want them to know what you had going on. Some of you already knew it was going to come. Once you blew up, once you surpassed them in your life, and leveled up, you knew that the hate was going to come. You knew the jealousy. You knew the envy was going to come. And that's why you moved in silence. I feel like you played your cards right. You played your role right by moving in silence. Because if you would have came out and been bragging and saying, I got this going on, I got that going on, I'm about to get me a car, I'm about to buy me a house, I'm about to get me a credit card, I'm about to get this, I'm about to get that, man, they was going to already start looking at you different and starting to push you away. But like I said, a lot of y'all played y'all cards right. Y'all blend in until you popped out. And now you're really going to be having people mad because you're making smart decisions. You're making money moves. You're being strategic with who you invest. A lot of you guys, you're going to be being strategic about who you invest your time into, and what you invest into. Because like I said, the ones who were watching, the person that was watching you, they knew because you started to get distant. You wasn't reaching out. It was like an avoiding energy because we got avoiding right here. You were avoiding it. And everything and everybody, every invite, whatever it was. Like I said, some of you guys, you was in it for a little bit until you was locked in. Okay, I can't hang out with y'all today. You know what I'm saying? I can't pop up. I can't show up like I normally show up. But the gossip is that you were hiding things, and because you knew that people was gonna be jealous of you. You knew it. Everything I just said is coming out. You knew people were going to be jealous of what you have accomplished. So you were moving smart, building wealth behind the scenes. And like I said, the one who was watching you with the evil eye, suspecting these changes, they knew it was a matter of time before you pop out and show out. Whether you flex on them or not, I just felt like some of you guys, you moving humbly. Like you could be somebody who is humble. Some of you guys, you probably not even the type of person that even like brag about everything you got. Like I said from the beginning, that's obvious because you wasn't saying anything. It's like you letting them see. Your results are going to show for itself. You don't have to address anything. You don't have to tell anybody anything. Okay, what else is the gossip? So yeah, just know that even if people were giving you the evil eye, looking at you in a certain way, in a certain light, and not really saying anything, you became comfortable with that. Because some of y'all, you knew that some people you was around didn't like you anyways. If that was the case, because some of you guys, it was that. We got deja vu reversed, repeating patterns, familiar lessons, unresolved issues. We've been here before. Yeah, you're not repeating the past anymore. You're not making bad choices and decisions anymore. So just know the gossip is that people realizing that you making these money moves after you pop out. People gonna realize that you've been moving strategically. You've been investing low key because I'm hearing you could be stopping cycles. Like you don't want to go back to the way you used to operate before with people. Some of you guys, I'm hearing the pattern that you could be stopping is, I'm hearing a generational curse. You put it to a stop. So for an example, if you were raised in poverty, you switching it up. You're going to be wealthy. You're going to be rich. You're building a legacy. But whatever pattern that you have when it comes to money, I'm hearing just being, what is it called? Just indulging in just blowing money, like buying bottles, buying smoke, making sacrifices for friends, family members. You're not doing none of that no more. You're not. You're moving strategically when it comes to your money. And people are gossiping about it. When it comes to your money, You're not moving backwards. You're moving upward. You're upgrading. Now I heard Beyonce upgrade. But yeah, I feel like you got some people seeing that you are putting things to a stop, and you're moving different. You're stopping patterns when it comes to love, friendships, money, especially money. If you were somebody that used to blow your money and just bought stuff on a whim, you're not doing that no more. All your money is going into investments, whether it has something to do with your health, whether it has something to do with building wealth. I feel like that's where your money is going to. Some things that are more important that's going to benefit you in the long haul. And a lot of people ain't going to like that. They're not going to like that because you're different. You're not who you used to be. Because we got familiar. You're not who you used to be. You change. You're going to have people looking at you. Once you start making bank, more money, people going to try to say you changed. But you really did change. You changed for the better. You put a stop to any bad habits. That's what happened. Like I said, whether it's going out to the club, that probably was a bad habit. Hanging out with your friends, that was a bad habit. Some of y'all was smoking, that was a bad drinking. Just making sacrifices and helping people, just giving your money away like it's candy. You're not doing that no more. So the gossip on you is that even though some people are not surprised, or a specific person is not surprised about the changes that you have made, it's like we got divine intervention. They're not going to, they're going to start to distance themselves from you because they feel like if you can't save them, if you can't give to them, if you're not going to spend your money on them, they got to fall back from you. So just know that the more you upgrade and people see it, the more they're going to start to remove themselves, basically. And this is meant to happen. Your path is getting ready to be redirected, back to yourself. You was already by yourself while you was around them. You felt alone anyways and moving in silence. But this time, nobody's going to be around you anymore. Because we got divine intervention, unexpected guidance, universe stepping in, redirected paths, saved just in time. Yeah. So that's the gossip. You was about that. And like I said, for the person that wasn't surprised, because it was, the signs were there that you were cooking something up in the background and changing, they feel like they got to fall back from you. I'm hearing if they don't want to be saved, don't save them. They feel like they got to fall back from you because you're not moving backwards no more. You getting to that bread, you getting that money. See, it's like people be comfortable when you around them doing the same BS. But the minute you start upgrading, I'm telling you, they're going to remove themselves because they don't want to be saved. They don't want to change. They don't want to change. You shining too bright. People think that you are no, no, basically. They don't like the simple fact that you are outshining them. So it's giving like, if you were around mediocre people, you go to being like a freaking wealthy man, a businessman. They gonna start to distance themselves because they don't like that. You make them look, they feel like you basically judging them, you looking down on them, you think you better than them. That's how they gonna be thinking. No, they think that you're better. They put you on the pedestal. It's always like that. Oh, you think you better than somebody because you got this new house, this new car, or you make six figures, or you know what I'm saying? It's just projecting their insecurities onto you. They need to put the work in. You've put the work in. You see what I'm saying? So just know that the gossip is that the more you start to minimum lies the people around you, like not really give them the time of day. And I wouldn't say you pushing them away, could be, but the more you keep things short and sweet and leave, because I feel like that's probably how it became too. Because normally you probably just stick around for a long time, but you don't do that no more. The more you keep it short and fall back and pop out, it's like the more people start to remove themselves from you. You see what I'm saying? It's something like that. Like, you don't have to cut them off. Like I said, you've been avoiding from making people feel uncomfortable. That's probably what the energy it was at the beginning. You've been avoiding making people feel uncomfortable the whole time. Like, you didn't want to be like, oh, I can't F with you no more. I'm on a whole other path. You know, I have dreams, I have goals. You didn't want to do that. You wanted the results to show for themselves, for itself, to see how everybody react to your glow up. Because I feel like I said from the beginning, you already seen it coming. You already seen a switch up. They wouldn't be able to. They wasn't gonna be able to handle it. You already seen it because that's how intuitive you are. And not only that, you just know it comes with the territory. Once you change, people that you use the F with, they don't want to be around you no more. They'll start looking down on you. They think you looking down on them, but no, they put you on a pedestal because they know that you looking at you, it makes them look at themselves and realize that they need to change, and they just not ready to change, or they just lazy and don't want to put the work in. But at the end of the day, you've been moving in silence, so their assumptions of you was all wrong. Like I said, you had one watchful eye. They knew you was up to something good. They ain't say nothing. They ain't ask you questions. They was wanted to see what you had going on. So what else is the gossip? You have, yeah, you distanced yourself and you popped out and showed them like, ta-da. That's exactly what I heard. Yes, and it made people like fall back on you. Yeah, ascension reverse. Like your shine, your light, your awareness, it makes people want to like fall back. I'm telling you. People could be feeling it. We got spiritual growth, higher awareness. Never, I mean, next level. I can't even read these cards right. What the heck is it? Mercury retrograde. We got next level consciousness, elevating myself. So yeah, your shine, your elevation, your upgrade, they don't understand the work that you had to put in order to get to that level. People can't believe it. People can't believe it. They can't even wrap their minds around it. Like how? Because you've been ascending in the background. You've been cooking things up. You've been elevating. A lot of y'all on y'all spiritual journey. But I'm here, it was a matter of time for you to remove yourself from these people that haven't changed, that haven't did anything, that haven't accomplished anything in life. So the gossip is that people thought that you had a hard time staying committed to one thing and getting it done. But what they didn't know is that you've been watering, planting seeds in the background the whole entire time. Some people thought you were fake. What for those who did know you had something planted in the background, some motion in the background, they, because they didn't see the results, the fruits of your labor, they didn't believe you. So that's the gossip. People really didn't believe you because some of you guys, some people feel like you jump from one thing to the next. Like you'll start something and don't finish it and start something else. But it says afraid to settle down, avoiding intimacy, fear of loss of freedom. It's complicated. So also the gossip is that you are avoid being around people. And some people feel like you're fake because it's basically saying people feel like you switched up on them and you don't want to be around them no more. Like I could read this card in like 3 different ways, but that's what they're saying. They feel like you switched up on them and you're avoiding them. But they just afraid of losing you. But you changed. You don't want to be comfortable living in poverty. You don't want to be comfortable living the life that they are currently still living. So that's the gossip. Some people feel like you changed. Some people feel like you're being fake. You switched up on them. Mind you, these are the same people that judge you. If these are the same people that knew you had a little bit of emotion going on in the background, but they never really seen the fruits of your labor, they thought that you wouldn't even be able to stay on it. They thought that whatever you had going on was gonna flop. But you're basically showing people that you don't give up. Even if you did flop a business, even if you did quit school, even if you did fail the test, right? It could be any type of test. You went back to it, you did it again, and you got it. Because some of you guys, like I said, some of y'all graduated from school. You passing. Like I said, if you dropped out of school, you sure went back and you got your degree, you got that diploma, whatever it is, even if it's something simple as a GED. Like, people really thought that you would not be nothing in life. People really thought that you would never be you just like them. I'm telling you. They thought that you were going to stay the same. They thought that you were going to be in the same environment, predicament as them. But no, they had you all wrong. Because they, like I said, these people didn't believe in you because they didn't believe in themselves, and they did not see the fruits of your labor. These are the type of people that want to see fast results. No, this don't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes time to build a certain body. It takes time to start a business. It takes time to graduate from school. It takes time to read a book. Like, everything takes time. Like, these people like fast results. That's why they didn't believe in you. That's why they wanted to see you have it now. No. Because these are the type of people, like, as soon as they get something, like, say if somebody hit the lottery, here they go buying just a bunch of BS, material stuff that is going to be less value the next day. You know what I'm saying? Something they don't buy tangible things that's going to keep them building over time. They don't invest in their money. See, you the opposite. You are investing in your money because you learned from your mistakes in the past. See, that's when I say when you change the game, you switched it up. You're not repeating cycles with your money no more, or just patterns. Period. With them, as soon as they get a hit a jackpot, they probably buying all type of crazy stuff, and maybe even passing their money out. They like fast results. They like to see tangible things right away. You the opposite. You are building over time. I'm hearing moving slow motion, planting seeds. But just know some people ain't gonna see it coming because it's gonna have some people feel like you lucky. You know, some people gonna fall back from you because they just not there yet. They're not on the same path as you. You have outgrown everybody. That's exactly what happened, Leo. Yeah, people feel like you avoiding them, ghosting them. It came out reversed, but it says sudden disappearance without explanation, left hanging, seen but ignored, abrupt silence. Yeah, you could be avoid reaching out. You're not reaching out to nobody. I told you the signs were there. Somebody particular been having a watchful eye on you. You've been avoiding people. You don't call, you don't text, you don't ask what everybody doing. Some of you guys, you was doing that, but maybe you feel like people wasn't reaching out to you, checking up on you, so you stopped and started to focus on yourself. And then it's more like that focusing on yourself, it made you, it forced you to go within and upgrade. Like, forget it. I might as well just upgrade. I might as well just level up. So that's the gossip. You could be avoiding people, leaving people. I'm hearing people could be going straight to voicemail. Some of y'all got it on do not disturb. Yeah. You got people's low key triggered. They acting like they not bothered, but they are. Yeah, they bother, they trigger because they can't move like you. They feel like they'll not be able to overcome whatever it is that they are stuck in. That's just the lies they tell themselves because they too distracted. You not. Some of y'all was when you was around these people, you were distracting them from watching you. You know what I'm saying? And asking you your business and what you got going on. That's probably why you kept around, you stayed around. Because I'm getting this energy, you blend in with them until you popped out. And now everybody moving different. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it right here, Leo. I hope it resonates and y'all take care.